I would like to take some time just to say thank you to the sponsors. The sponsors of the Sobriety Walk for Cancer have been amazingly more and more sponsoring, I guess is the word. Their sponsorship hasn't stopped, and in fact, it's increased a lot. Um, hmm, I can't. The first one being Applewood. I remember when I first started the first concept of Sobriety Walk for Cancer. It was it was just an idea I had, and I wrote that letter to Applewood, and it got to Becky Stone, and she was the one that really got Applewood on board as far as relaying on the letters and talking on my behalf and whatnot. And she also offered to do the poster for it, and I'm like, wow, sure. And Becky, I really appreciate you all of your efforts and your time on doing what you do for me and the Sobriety Walk for Cancer. Applewood, you're an amazing support. They offered a pilot vehicle that first year, but I lost my drivers and I had to improvise, which was not a bad thing. It was just, it happened. It didn't stop me. Obviously, I continued, but it's just unbelievable the amount, like that pilot vehicle. I'm pretty sure you guys have all seen it by now. That all the sponsors logos are on there with my logo, and even donate now with the QR code on there. It's just phenomenal. I love the car and I love the support. Cortino Band has jumped on board last year, and they helped me out with some money to do the event last year. A huge it helped me out tremendously to get that last one done. Thank you for that. Now this year, Quattino Band has booked and paid for all the rooms and those shirts that I have for sale. That'll go towards the event page. Quattino Band also put in a large donation for that. And Jen Nelson, wow, I can't, it's an amazing thing that's going on for me here. And Jen, I'm sure happy that I was able to connect with you, and thank you for your support to me and the Sobriety Walk for Cancer, and it really helps out a lot with these rooms. We're in this room right now, and we're at the Best Western Westerly in Courtney. Thank you to Quatsino Band. Cohardy Bull has always been there for me as well. That first year, they helped me with a microphone and whatnot for my computer as I was going to be doing podcasting, which I haven't gotten to yet, but I will soon after I finalize a lot of things for the walk. There's so many details that I had to go through to looking at all of these things for the walk. Um, and Paul Tepper, yeah, thank you very much for your support, and it really means a lot to have the amount of people that are on board with everything with me right now, and it's just phenomenal. I want to say thank you to Tiffany at Reaper Design and Reaper Killer Design in Port McNeil. She does a lot of the shirt ideas, my tank tops, and the ones for this walk that are going for sale for the walk. Um, wow, yeah, there's just endless amount of love and support for me and the Sobriety Walk for Cancer, and it's just an amazing feeling to have so many wonderful people in my corner. And there's my circle too that keep pointing me, and they talk to me about ideas and stuff, and what that does to me is it paints the picture differently for me. I don't necessarily take on what what is said, but I look at it. I look at a lot of things differently because of the conversations we've had. That goes with Charles and Michaela. That goes with Eddie and Leanne. That goes with Nora and Brandon. That goes with just so many people, and just hearing my ideas and encouraging me and giving me advice and what I could be doing. Because kind of conversations, and those things are just amazing. And the amount of details that went into this year's walk, this is the first time that I've had a schedule of where I'm going to be. That was narrowed down from last year. I'm just overwhelmed. I'm a little bit exhausted today. It was a really hot day. I got really, yeah, we can see that I'm becoming a real redskin now. But it's all part of it, and it's all part of a journey, and it's not going to stop me. And that's what I wanted to go on about right now, is with the healthier living and the sobriety, and even the two-spirit side of me really wants to encourage anybody and everybody to look at the adversities that they're facing, that they're afraid of. And, you know, especially when it comes to addiction and sobriety, I can only give you the analogy that I have going through this journey of the sobriety walk for cancer. I feel unstoppable with what it is that I'm doing, because I don't focus on what I can't do. I don't focus on what's out of my control. What is in my control is how my words work with everything that involves the body of the sobriety walk for cancer. It wouldn't be possible if I wasn't, looking at it differently and seeing how things could possibly work for me, and want it, and believe that I can do it, I can have it. It could be something that I've done. And I've heard so many times that I should listen to my body when I'm out on here on the road, or in the hot and dehydrated or whatever. If I was to listen to my body, that's a limitation for me. That's how I see it, and I don't want to ever limit myself to, no, I can't, until I figure out that I can. Because even today, before we got to Courtney, I was like, oh man, we hit that 20, or I think it was 20 kilometers to Courtney. And at that point, I was like, oh shit, well, maybe I should just stop and, drive into Courtney and, start back there, because I was tired. My legs were sore. It was getting really hot in the sun, my shoulders and arms are getting burnt. But it didn't stop me. It was a limitation that was put on me by myself. And I was the one who said no. I kept telling myself that I have to keep going. I have to keep pushing forward. I have to look at it, like I always say, begin with the end in mind. So that when you know where you want to go, nothing in front of you should stop you, because that is where you need to be. That goes with sobriety, that goes with losing weight, that goes with anything that you feel that is right for you, is definitely something you have to overcome, is those self-created limitations. There's a limitation box that I like to use a lot, and because we're in the middle of Lake Fear, and it looks very, very scary and very, very intimidating, and it will stop a lot of us from doing anything because it looks so scary to take those steps. But if we start breaking down those walls of the limitations of I can't, or listening to other people saying you shouldn't, or you can't do that, you're not strong enough, you don't have enough money, whatever the case may be, maybe that's their limitations as to why. But I've even told myself that I wouldn't finish the sobriety walk 3 times now, and here I am on the 4th one. I'm about a quarter of the way there, halfway home, and when I get home, that's a halfway point. There's the limitations shouldn't stop us. It's a lesson to get past. That's how you get past adversities, to stop holding on to things that are out of our control. And I know it's tough. Things that are out of my control, and the biggest one that I faced in these last 4 sobriety walks was after 6 months after that first one. Dad passed away. that 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 hurt. That could have stopped me, but those words that he told me before he left, I'm proud of you, son. You're making a name for yourself. I don't have to worry about you anymore. That's what I hold on to. I don't hold on to the fact that I can't hold on to him anymore. I hold on to the love that he shared with me and the encouragement he shared with me. And it's my turn to share that with anybody else who is willing to take it on, because it's not, we just can't hold on to things that are out of our control. It stops us from living a life that we can know we can live. We're more than capable of living a life that we want, but those limitations are what stops us all. I'm trying to encourage people to step out of their comfort zones and start taking on a challenge to conquer. Like I set these goals from Victoria. I'm in Courtney from Victoria now. 2 days to get here. I never thought I can do it. I'm 52 years old and it ain't easy. It's definitely not comfortable at all. But I'm doing it because I see myself finishing it. And everything that I do with regards to moving forward, it's not for me. These sobriety walks is not for me. It's for everybody. The things that I do with the crew, that's not for me. That's for them. Everything that I do, it's about giving. It's not about me. It's about we, and conquering goals to become the dream that you want. I can go on and on about this, and I just wanted to share a little bit, and really thanks to the sponsors and thanks to everybody who's following the journey, and thank you for all the love and support that I've been getting from everybody and everywhere I go. It's starting to get really big. It's getting really big and it's doing its job. This was the goal for me, was to make sure that it gets out there for the people, because that pavilion, for one, that the money is going towards this year, the pavilion, that's for everybody. You go there to find answers like how do I talk to my children about cancer? How do I talk to my family about cancer? Those kinds of questions that we can't necessarily get the answers straight from a doctor. But these are the resources that are there and available for us. But let's get those donations in, and together we stand. Way, Tesla.